I'm the cat in the hat, hopping on a hockey roof, dancing right along with my friend Dr. Seuss. I'm like a fool who keeps on breaking loose. I never know when I've had enough good stuff. Wherever I look, I see my own instability. I think what I need is cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread, cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread. We're all mad hats cruising from Venus and Mars, hopping through all the new fashion bars. I know we're spinning way out of control. ETs, I know you're never gonna make it back home. Wherever I look, I see all your instability. I think what you'll need is cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread, cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread. Come on, mama, bake me some. I need a bodyguard growling love. Cornbread. When I was a young boy, my mama baked cornbread. Now that I am older, I still crave some cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread, cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread. I'm a cat in a hat, hopping on a happy roof, hopping right along with my friend Dr. Seuss. I'm just a fool who keeps on breaking rules. I never know when I've had enough good stuff. Whenever I look, I see my own instability. I think what I need is cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread, cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread, cornbread. Hot cornbread, yeah, yeah. Hot cornbread.
Hey, it's Benoir and Johnny Mystic. We're here. It's Mystic Noir, episode 13. And that was Cornbread from
Cornbread.
He's eating cornbread right now from Swing Bellies. Shout out to Swing Bellies in Long Beach, New York. They have great cornbread.
We got cornbread. Look at that cornbread.
We thought we would start off by eating some cornbread and enjoying the song from Astral Taurus called Cornbread, written by Johnny. And that was me on washboard and the cajon on that track. And we had a lot of fun recording that one. So we'd like to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Leah Totzer, Daniel Gale, Sotheby's Realty. We'd like to thank the Cabana. We'd like to thank The Cafe. We'd also like to thank Angel Flower Creations, Yvonne Santana. And we'd also like to thank, Arts in the Plaza and Studio Noir and everybody who supports our show every week and tunes in. Thank you so much.
Yes.
later on in the show, we have a guest. It's Channel Chi Acupuncture. That's Joe Rockman. He's a healer, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what he does in Long Beach, in his office in Long Beach, and
how he helped me walk again. Yes, it was a miracle. I am a good representation of what this work does. I really had bad sciatica, and the guys over here could tell you I was crippled, man. And I got some help from Dr. Leo. It was great with not acupuncture, chiropractic, but I really he told me you need to go see an acupuncturist. That'll put you right over the top. And so I saw Joe, and we'll talk when he comes on. It was a great thing. Right?
Yep. Johnny, what do you think about this cornbread?
This is dynamite cornbread, man.
Now, the inspirations for the song, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Myra, our friend Myra, who's the songwriter, had me over for dinner, and she made this chili. It was really good chili and cornbread, and it was so good. It was like cold. It was in the winter or whatnot, And I ate that hot cornbread and the chili, and I realized when I was eating that cornbread that it was the cure to everything. I mean, when you drank too much or you're out all night and you eat that cornbread, kind of like is good in the stomach and it's warm. And I thought, this goes back in time. People be eating this cornbread a long time, man. So I thought I'd write a song of celebrating, cornbread. Like the Holy, Communion. I mean, not to be, sacrilegious, but you could find sacraments in life as well. And I think cornbread is one of them. At least it goes all the way back in native cultures, the maize and all of that. And it was one of the first things that I think, civilized humans were eating, at least in the Americas, where they had the corn and they mash it up and make stuff out of it. So anyway, no, I was thinking more of a kind of a fun song, something uplifting. And, when you've partied out and you want to come back to earth. And so you eat the cornbread. And, I can vouch that I've been off the earth many times. And I needed the cornbread.
Well, this is where music meets spirituality, So what's up, Brian? Thanks to everybody watching out there. It's like the November, and we're getting geared up for the holidays.
Yeah,
and,
the holiday thing.
It's great, today I thought I'd focus a little bit about, is Brian, by the way, was Brian Barry on that track on the harmonica? Give it up for Brian Barry on the harmonica. Thank you.
We finally got it. Yes,
Brian.
Harmonica.
I think that maybe he's on one other one, and we'll figure it out, but definitely on that cornbread track. Brian Barry is an actor and a friend, and he came down to the studio and recorded with us. So thanks a lot, Brian.
And you're on that strange banjo.
Oh, my friend, yes. I want to say Chris Russo gave me a banjo that was made out of a cookie jar, like one of those Danish cookie jars. I almost brought it tonight. Ooh. Anyway, it's a homemade instrument from a cookie jar, and I took a slide and I tuned it a little bit and I played it along. So that's what you hear in the background there.
Yeah, it gives kind of a real down home, back porch kind of vibe we were looking for on that song, and all of that stuff. And yes.
So tonight I thought I would share just some stories about my career and some poetry. Johnny and I we connected because we were both into lyrics and poetry. We've had on the poet Adam Rush, and we've talked many times about our love for the Doors and all sorts of things. And, just who inspired us. So I don't know. I just figured I'd read some of my poems. Some of these came out of, I have here, I went crazy today. I couldn't really get to everything I wanted to. I was trying to get all sorts of stuff, but I'm just going to read a few things, and Johnny might even play some guitar.
You're going to read now?
Yeah, let's do it. All so right. This one I wrote in January 6th, 2015, and it's pretty simple, and I'll have Johnny just play something a little bit first. Go ahead, Johnny. Start off. When God made heaven, He made you. That's it. That was the whole poem, right? That was a quickie there. Do another chord. I was staying with my wife. This isn't the poem. There's a little intro. I was staying with my wife up in New Hampshire. We go away a lot during the winter, and this one came out. I want to make love. ... Me. I want to make sleep. Sammy. That was another one. That was another gem I found in my books. Give me an E minor chord. Love paralyzes, consumes, burns rampant like Dante's Inferno. Ashes fall down. Hearts beat, eyes open, eyes closed. Arms open, arms embrace. Bodies touch, hold close. Lips engage, tongues thrust. Praise God for all. Poetry is sweet as a ripe plum in summer. The tallest trees atop the mountains stretch up to heaven as an asana. The elders prepare to join the light while the youth ignite. That was written January 8th, 2015. All right, this one goes out to my wife. We're spending this Saturday celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So I love you, Sammy. I also wrote this in 2015. My baby is posting ads for a baby. Loving couple seeks. Here we are, ready to love a newborn. Funny how life works. Samantha Ellen Metzger, the best gift ever. Nobody is perfect, but she is perfection personified for me. The wife I can never have dreamed of because she is full of surprises. I wouldn't have thought it could be such a beautiful person inside and out, often thinking how she can do for others before herself, including me. A literal dream come true. I found her at a time of dark loneliness. Her light shone bright and resonated within my being. We connected on so many levels and helped pull each other up and out of the sludge and muck of misery. We thought we had it all by drinking and smoking, but have found bliss together in healthy living in God. Thank you, Lord and King of the universe. Thank you for placing me in my mother's womb and granting me such a diverse and colorful family history. My German, Russian, Irish, Jewish, and Italian by osmosis heritage allows me to relate to so many people in so many ways. I am your servant, your warrior of love, your messenger and redeemer. I love every waking and every dreamy moment you have gifted me. May all of humanity humbly praise and accept all that you are. My wife and my life, to you I write these words for you, so that one day, if you outlast my last breath, you will have peace, knowing you brought me peace, and closer to God. You connected all that was disconnected. I love you. So that's to Sammy. I have a bunch of artwork. I don't know if it'll really show up at all. I'll try for a second, but let's see if this would maybe show up on the screen. I'm gonna share some of this next week. I really just can't fit it all in, but some artwork. There's one here. Victor Peretz is out there. Shout out to my buddy. And actually, this was something I wanted to share. It says Victor Peretz's solo CD. E.T. Bone Home. Because he's the tromboninator. He's a trombone player. So he plays, E.T. Bone Home, you know. I'm going to read some more poetry. All right. So, February 4th, 2015. Give me like a minor chord. Words can be like thunderbolts if shouted in anger. That's it. I got pictures of Traba Djembe, Anna Pipoyon, my life, Adam Rush sessions. All right, here we go.
Good. I'll pick up on you.
This one I wrote after Sandy wiped out Long Beach and everywhere else. It says 12/22/12, and the great cool thing about there's a little surprise in here. Blessed by the best, I confess, getting off my chest this heavy year of beers and fears, storms and shootings, successes and gloomy doomsday scenarios, shows, rock and roll. I sit on my throne, wishing, waiting, praying, contemplating my drunk delusional philanthropy. But hey, it ain't entropy. I gotta be me, and you gotta do you. Fire sirens, fierce wind, airplanes roar. Long Beach is an open sore. Bruised but not broken. At least that's what the sign says. Or the Facebook status, or the singer Frank Gavia, who sang his pain away. This town is broken and covered in sheetrock, sewage, mud, and grime. Mountains of garbage in Lido, but the trucks have cut it down in size. Each day the landscape changes, but it'll be months before the filth is taken, and the city by the sea puts on that happy-go-lucky air we all fell in love with. Most folks are busy getting their homes, replacing floors and walls, throwing away memories out to the curb. Piles of wood, insulation, nails, debris, general crap, so much furniture. Every street, every day. Oh, Sandy, Frankenstorm Sandy, you crushed our tiny town, our lovely dunes, just washed them away. Here comes 2013, an awakening. Here's one I wrote in July that year. I took my love to Montreal. I took my love to a magical place where we could be alone. All our dreams seemed to fall into place as if angel wings had flown us. Parfait, très bien, excellent, ma vie, ma fille, mon amour. So I hope you guys are liking this show a little bit of my poetry. These were some of my more modern poems. I want to reach back into something really early. So this one right here, so I had an old computer. My first computer was like a total, I want to say an MS-DOS, or I don't know. They were just so old. It was just basically a monitor and a keyboard, and you could do word processing. All right. So I wrote this. It's called The Slaughterer. Okay. And it's The Slaughterer. This is one of my first songs, poems. I must have been I wasn't even playing guitar at the time. Okay. And see the cow on the horizon. It sees you coming close. See the fire in its eyes. Oh, because it knows you're the slaughterer. You're the slaughterer. Oh, you're the slaughterer, and you've come to kill the cow. You come ever close to the cow and unsheathe your knife. The cow gives a big move as you are about to take his life. You're the slaughterer. You're the slaughterer. You're the slaughterer, and you're gonna kill the cow. You plunge the blade right through his brain. Blood squirts up in your face. He might not have felt the pain, but you will never be the same. You're the slaughterer. You're the slaughterer. Oh, you're the slaughterer, and you've just killed the cow. So these are some of my earlier works. This one I wrote in, I was on a tour in Greece with Pharaoh's daughter, and I was sitting up on the hill, the Parthenon. Okay, the Parthenon, it's called Athenian Moon, Rebel Star. Can we get the mandalas in the back there, or the green screen for this one? Under an Athenian moon, seeking truth, the young lover sends a wish to the heavens, affirming the path, giving thanks and praise to the divine. Clouds, lazy pillows wash over the blue-violet sky, teasing voyeurs who yearn clairvoyance. Stars drown in darkness, blinded by the metropolis, while one lone supernova bellows forth with rebels' honor. Pondering an endless string of civilizations, prophets, texts that have bear witness to this distant sun. One can conquer death by emulating this glorious rebel star, shining eternal. A rebel star beaming life after death for billions of light years. Under the Athenian moon, minds wonder. So I was able to find a whole bunch of lyrics from my high school days, and this one I wrote around the time of the Gulf War, I believe. It's called Evil Ways. Okay. And
reminds me of Santana, that song.
Yes. It has the same title, but it's funny. I don't know if I was influenced by it at the time. Trapped in a world that's falling to pieces. I don't know what the future holds. Everywhere I turn, I see guilty faces. No one knows our fate is being sold. Sometimes I want to close my eyes, forget the sins of society. But I think it's time we rise above it. Everyone has the power to change their evil ways. Madmen in the East taking over nations, calling on the gods of war. Cities reek of crime and pollution. Can't you see what's in store? Sometimes I want to close my eyes, forget the sins of society. But I think it's time we rise above it. Everyone has the power to change their evil ways.
festival somewhere over in the restaurant. If I'm lucky, I'll be a work. And if I'm lucky, God will help me with my stay. If I'm lucky, I won't be all the years. If I'm lucky, I'll earn enough for all of you. Only if I'm lucky. Yes, I become gambling man. And on my own, I go walking. Never wanted help from anyone. I only wanted economic. I'm not begging for government grants. I just want to be a working man.
Let's end it right here. That was If I'm Lucky. That's from the Astral Tourist album. That last song there.
Yes, we gave it a extemporaneous. Somehow we fell into it, and that's what happened, right?
Loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, I don't know. We have many songs to choose from, but somehow I don't think it was the mode you were playing or whatever. It hit that, and I just thought,
Absolutely.
let's
I
do it.
think I played a little melody that reminded
Reminded me of it, and I said, I'll play that, and that's the way these things work. We hope you liked it, and the album, there's much more production on it, and when you hear it, you'll recognize that there's a very nice intro by our friend Al, who does a wonderful intro in Spanish, and it has a nice flavor to it, I think. And we have what's his name, Jeff Allen on
Jeff
ukulele.
Allen plays on the ukulele. It sounds great.
He plays a lead. He's a very good ukulele player, especially these leads that don't sound like anything but ukulele. Am I right? I mean, it's
absolutely
awesome. Yeah.
So I'm going to do a couple more poems, then we're going to have Joe Rockman come on.
Yes,
okay?
he's been anxiously waiting. But
Joe, you all right over there? Out there?
Cornbread, man? We got this
Channel
Cornbread.
Chi Acupuncture, all right?
Yeah.
Now, you know, I a lot of like, you know, we're inspired by different things. Sometimes it's love. Sometimes it's tragedy, you know. Sometimes, like that last song was about the, you know, different people's struggle and, you know, just trying to survive.
Well, it's the whole thing that, you know, it's the struggle to
dream.
survive, and the American dream is sort of it. And, you know, we have a dilemma and we have to try to work it out. But my song is really from when I met people when I lived in LA that, you know, really needed to find work. And that was my experience, at least. So I'm giving you that story. I'm presenting a story, and it means somehow we could figure something out for everybody.
A couple of themes that come up over and over again, living here in the USA. One of them is violence and gun violence. So this, I was trying to find another song about Sandy Hook that I wrote, and I know that, you know, some things, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it yet, so we won't talk about that documentary being made.
All right.
But this is about the attack that happened in Parkland, Florida, I wrote this February 15th, 2018. I found this in my books. It's called 17 Souls.
Ooh.
Children are dead. Bullets rained on a sunny Florida school in Parkland. Another wayward soul, stressed out and alone, with approved access to an arsenal. No more hopes and dreams, just memories for these survivors who will forever be scarred. How souls cried in the morning light. Today is the day the truth remains. Valentine's Day, a day of love, so much hate and pain. Children are dead, families are torn apart. Troubled souls, 17 bodies, 17 souls. We will remember them and honor them. What can we do? The ones who love them, find out what happened to them. So many tears, so many fears. Nightmare in the daytime. Nothing left to do but cry. In Parkland, Florida. In Parkland, Florida. All right, another theme for me that continues to come up is Native American culture. A few years ago, when about 4 years ago, when out in the Dakotas, in North Dakota, when they were protecting the water, I wrote a whole bunch of poems and songs. So here we go. O Wakantanka, hear our prayers. Protect our people. Protect the earth, Turtle Island. America, please listen to the native souls, the protectors of our earth. Suggest something bold, that life cannot be sustained, and water is worth more than gold. America, America, may the truth be told. Come together, support each other, young and old, or the wetlands will turn to deserts, black with tar and oil. America, America, open up your eyes. It's up to us to save what's left, or surely die. Coexist with Mother Earth. Do not follow greed and lies. America, let the truth be told. Water's worth more than gold. We stand with Standing Rock. Together we can change the world. In North Dakota, cannonball, people suffering in the cold. Rubber bullets, billy clubs. Our future's being sold by corporate profiteers who have no fears about the oil they spill, the fish they kill, the rivers and the land that they poison. Solar power is the answer. It's clean energy. Mixed with windmills, we can run almost everything. Why do we stick with oil when it's ancient history, a true enemy? Come on, people, sing, America, America. Let the truth be told, we stand together and we know water's worth more than gold. In North Dakota, cannonball, people suffering in the cold. Media blackout, thousands shout out. Leave our land, this we won't stand. The poison of our mother who feeds our sisters, brothers. We are the protectors. You call us all protesters. You say we cause a riot. While you fire your water cannons, rubber bullets. There is no hiding. The truth must be told. Everyone should know. While they are safe in their homes, shopping, eating, sleeping, our lands they will be reaping. It ain't just corporate greed. There is no need to push the fossil fuels when clean power we can use. Today I stand with Standing Rock, protectors of our flock. Our world is turning black. Our natives under attack. What's more American than saving Americans? All right, that's it for me and my poetry today. I hope you enjoyed some of that. Thanks to Johnny over here for playing the guitar. And now we're gonna bring up Joe Rockman.
Yeah, we're gonna rock out with Joe Rockman.
Channel Chi Acupuncture.
That's it. We're gonna put this cornbread right in front of him and see what he does. Yeah, let's bring him on. That's it, man. Just squeeze in here. Just squeezing like a toothpaste. That's it. That's it, man. Yeah, I'll keep this on in case you want some accompaniment.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't like giving it up once I
Can
go.
move the cornbread over a little bit.
Oh, I moved the cornbread over.
All right, so this is Joe Rockman. What's up, Joe? How are you
everyone.
doing?
Yeah, man, here he is. Here he is,
How's
right?
it going?
Joe Rockman.
That's right.
And
Somewhere in his family lineage, he's related to Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Exactly. That's it.
yeah, you know.
There
So Joe is a healer.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about, just like how'd you get into what is Channel Chi Acupuncture?
Well, how's it going, everyone? I just wanted to say thanks for letting me on the show. And these guys, I couldn't have done it with two better people. I mean, these two guys have a heart of gold.
Once you got me walking, man, that's it. You passed the inspection.
Yeah,
man.
the inspection.
That's it. I'm mobile. That's it.
Man. So, anyway, thanks for having me on the show. And, to answer your question, I got into acupuncture and I opened up Channel Chi. It was kind of an interesting story about how I got the name of it. I don't want to get into too much detail, but the whole office is basically centered around the acupuncture and then everything that kind of branches off of acupuncture. So it's Channel Chi Acupuncture, which means I do channel style acupuncture. That means I treat meridians that run all through the body. And, I try to treat different syndromes. And then I also do Chinese and Japanese herbal medicine, which I have 2 postgraduate degrees in. And I also do massage therapy there, acupressure, essential oils, cupping, moxibustion. I do Qigong there. I've had some yoga classes there, transformational breathing there. So we do a lot there. There's a lot, and I pretty much run the whole thing. I mean, it's pretty fun. My mom's there. She works with me. She helps out. She's the assistant up in the front, and she does a fabulous job. She's amazing. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be able to run the place on my own. So,
well, tell us a little bit about Chi. Just the word Chi.
The word Chi. Okay, so Chi pronounced, it sounds like the word is QI. That's the way I like to spell it. That's the Chinese way. Mm-hmm. Some people spell it, they spell it CHI. It's just another way of spelling it. There's some language things that changed over the last 20 or 30 years in terms of the Chinese translation into the English. And they used to write it as CHI, and now they write it as QI. But you can write it either way. People recognize it in both ways. And in Japanese, they write it as KI, and they pronounce it as Ki. It all means the same thing. It's life force. It's the life force that runs through all living things. And it's even in things that are not living. It's basically, you can kind of, if you want to summarize it, you could call it some sort of moving energy that has life force in it, and it keeps things together. It could be sort of looked at as, like a physics type of thing. If you want to talk about momentum of Chi, if you want to talk about plant Chi, sun Chi, there's so many different types. It's in everything, and it's what keeps all of us here on this planet.
And it's basically what you do is you try to create this vibrant connection to the Chi.
Well, the Chi in acupuncture is specific to the body. So even though it takes in Chi from the outside, like you're eating, you eat food, and then the food, the food converts into Chi, into life force, and then it fuels the body. So basically there's like a cycle of Chi that runs through your body. It has a cyclical flow. And, there's a certain area where it starts deep inside the abdomen, and then it flows up through, the torso and out to the arms. And, there's a whole flow to it. It's a whole thing in itself. And that flow sometimes can get blocked. Once that flow gets blocked, then you start to have stagnation build up, and the stagnation of Chi is usually the first thing. And then later, if it starts getting worse, it can turn into Chi and blood stagnation, and then it can cause all kinds of pathologies, ailments. You can have pain. You'd have hip pain. You could have pain in your chest, pain in your, you get headaches. Right. That's all stuck Chi, basically. And then after that, you just kind of have to, as an acupuncturist, you have to decide what type of blockage it is. Is it a blood blockage, or is it a chi blockage? Is it a combination? Is it something stuck in the kidneys, or is it something stuck in another organ? So I have to determine that by doing a thorough evaluation. But all chi needs to flow smoothly, or otherwise there's pathology.
So people come to you because they're in pain, they're suffering.
Yeah,
like
me.
who's your
Yeah.
common customer? Like what type of people do you get?
I tend to treat a lot of pain. I would say I'm a general practitioner and I treat A to Z, but I would say if I was going to narrow it down, I would definitely say low back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, knee pain, arthritis, any type of pain basically. And I can pretty much treat it. It just depends on what's causing the pain. Certain things take longer to treat and other things are shorter. But if you're going to do acupuncture, you definitely want to give it a handful of treatments to really try it out and see if it's for you. Not everybody likes needles, but for the most part, the needles are ultra fine and you can't really feel them.
No, you don't really feel them at all. What
yeah.
you do feel is when it touches the nerve where the problem
not the nerve.
is.
It's the trigger point.
The trigger
but
point.
It feels like a nerve sometimes.
When you get that trigger point,
Yeah.
man, it is like, woo.
Yep.
It's not painful. It's just, that.
Yeah, it's a sensation that sort of
of
opens things up, and that allows the chi and the blood to flow.
Oh
down.
yeah, man.
And if you have a trigger point and you're locked in your hip or something like that, it could cause pain for 20 years. I mean, nothing lets it release unless you actually physically go in there.
I was
and try to
working
release it.
with Dr. Leo, who was great, chiropractor.
Excellent chiropractor.
And and he really I went in there, could hardly even walk, and he worked on me a long time, different methods, and it got pretty good, but it was getting me. You guys know, it was still grabbing me. So finally he said, look, maybe you want to try, there's other ways of attacking this as well. So he mentioned acupuncture. And then of course I remembered that Joe, we've known him for a while because I was affiliated with another band and we used to all hang out together.
Yeah.
Now rehearsing, I'd come down to the studio. And so I got right on it and I went 3 times. And really, it was, Dr. Leo was right. You're right, Dr. Leo.
Yay, Dr. Leo.
He knew. He needed this other, what I'm saying? It's like when you work in this field, right?
Yeah.
So like one hand washes the other, so to speak.
I'm a big believer in chiropractic and acupuncture combined. I mean, massage therapy too, but I definitely like the way acupuncture and chiropractic work together combined. Yeah, because the chiropractor, he can get the adjustment in the spine and free up the nerves so they're not being compressed, and then the acupuncture can loosen up all the musculature around the disc. Yeah, so it's a nice combination.
Now how does cornbread play into the healing process?
Well, I guess when I went to Joe, it was like eating the cornbread.
Yeah.
It's like his mom runs she runs the shop.
Yeah.
And she's got a nice healing vibe anyway.
That's Shelly, by the way, or Rochelle. Some people know about. She's on.
Very sweet, and because if you don't know about acupuncture, you're all kind of. But it's very welcoming.
She kind of like eases the entry in. Yes. She's like the gatekeeper, but she eases you in.
Before the doctor gets a hold of you. I got needles for you.
But pull out the big ones,
The needles are really. It's not. There's nothing to be afraid of the needles.
So Joe, were you a massage therapist first?
Actually, it's an interesting story how I got started. I lived in Los Angeles with a bunch of skateboard friends of mine, and I always had some back pain for a handful of years before I moved to Los Angeles. And I hurt my back doing construction. I was trying to get into nursing and then physical therapy first, then nursing. And somewhere along the line, I pulled my back. It was a combination of lifting a patient and also doing construction. And eventually, after about 2 years, I thought like, oh, wow, now I have back pain. I was in my 20s and I didn't think it would ever go away. I thought like, oh, now I have back pain. I'm probably going to have to get surgery. But I had a roommate years and years ago, Kevin Horiuchi from California, and a group of guys that I lived with over there. Fun times in Los Angeles, skateboarding and all that, and a lot of injuries. Everybody was always injured. And Kevin introduced me to shiatsu. He did a shiatsu treatment on me. He fixed my back. And I didn't. After that, I started thinking about going to school for massage therapy because I already had a lot of credits for pre-physical therapy, like 3 years of pre-physical therapy. Yep. And eventually, I decided to move back to New York, and I went to massage school. And I got, I kind of like worked on my back pain on and off. It would come back, and eventually, somebody recommended to do acupuncture when I was in massage school. And that was it. I got one treatment, and that was the end of my back pain. Luckily, that was, a kind of back pain that wasn't that big of a deal. There was no herniated discs or anything. It was just basically like an overused muscle and a pulled muscle sort of tight in my mid and sort of upper back. Got one treatment. That was it. It was gone. And then about 8 months later, I had something happen where I developed I had some panic attacks just out of nowhere. I just, runs in the family. So I got it, and it was kind of bothering me for a few months, and I didn't want to go to therapy because I didn't think that was what it was. It felt more physical to me. So I decided to go and try acupuncture for emotional stuff. And lo and behold, I got one treatment. It was like a 2-hour treatment. It was up at the school in Syosset. And that was it. I walked out of there, no more anxiety, no more panic attacks. And after that, I was sold. I was like, you can get acupuncture and it can treat muscles. It can help you with emotional stuff. It can help you the way you think. It can help you sleep.
Yeah, because
it can help you with your digestion.
I'm going in tomorrow.
You need the chi. You gotta have your chi worked on,
You're making me feel like I gotta do this stuff.
It's really good,
Benoir needs chi attention.
I do, actually.
He does. He needs to work out, man. That's it.
Something's going on with my foot. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah. I should have brought some needles in.
I was picturing Johnny or you or me laying on the table.
I could just
maybe we get Joe or Peter up here,
He goes through a lot of needles, right? Joe?
Yeah.
A lot of needles.
You know what my first nickname was out of acupuncture school?
Needles.
They called me a little prick.
Oh my!
Yeah, that was a
play
great
on
one.
words.
I loved
People.
it.
Play on words. This is where music meets spirituality.
Well,
Mystic Noir.
but it is. It's very It's a very spiritual science art.
It is.
It really is, because when you're having it done, you know something is going on. That's the best way I could say it. You don't know what it is.
Right,
but
right. You're feeling things moving around. Some people really have like sensations where their channels are opening up, or they have like some kind of deep connection. I sometimes do like qigong on patients, sort of like a Chinese form of Reiki that I do. I don't do it all the time.
And he'll pound on you too. Like he'll work like.
Oh, when I do the massages,
oh my God, it was like
I got some pretty strong.
But it loosened the thing. It was like it did it, and I walked out. It was like.
But some people really get some real sensations.
So you combine all these things.
Yes.
That
I just kind of like feel it out as I see fit. Everybody needs something different. I listen to each person. I tune into what's going on with them, and I try to address each thing to their complaints so that everything gets covered. And eventually, I would say, like, out of everything, with acupuncture, really the key is like, you got to learn from your acupuncturist. I try to educate people as I'm treating them. Not everybody does that. Not every acupuncturist educates, they don't have the time, but I think it's something that, it comes easy to me. So I like to explain to people what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I try not to get into too much detail, but enough so that they know I'm not just sticking needles in and just magically, hoping for the best, like shotgun style. I'm like specifically picking points that are specific for your constitution and your condition.
Nice.
So it's pretty, it's pretty comprehensive. You'd be surprised. A lot of schooling.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really beautiful. I'm kind of like just spaced out because like I can't wait to go. I guess what I have to add to this is that any kind of practice like consistently really is the benefit is having a consistency. I had a problem develop a long time. I was practicing for a big show at the Highline Ballroom with the Guardavidas group, and I was playing a lot of piano. It was for Anna Pipayon. She was doing a big show. And all of a sudden, my I don't remember if it was even my left or my right hand, but I think it was my left hand. It just started pain, like so much pain, and I could barely move it. And I had ukulele. I was working with another healer, Irvi Sulit at.
Oh, I know Irvi. I was in school with her.
Yeah, so Irvi also
Yeah.
practices acupuncture, and both of you have been sponsors of Arts in the Plaza, so I wanted to mention her. And I went to her because at that time we were working together on some ukulele classes into Toblerone Wellness, and like I went down there and she tried to help me with some herbs and this and that, and she's like, "Wow, you should maybe see a chiropractor," and I think she recommended Dr. Leo. I think that's how it went. Of course, I also know Josh Siegel and Cafe of Life, and I'd worked with him too. And I really, sometimes it just comes down to who's open on Tuesday and who's open on Wednesday. And if I, and somehow, the universe put me into Leo's office, and he saw me and he did some adjustments to my neck, and like it had to do with the arm, to align my spine. But it was the consistency. I went back again the next day or even later. But right away, I felt a little relief. And then as I went back week after week, combined with Bikram yoga, I was doing that for quite some time. I've been a little lackadaisical. I got to get back into it again. But between those things, just like you said, Dr. Leo and acupuncture, for some people that would work. And for me, it was yoga, and going to Dr. Leo worked.
Normally I like to go all of the time for the chiropractor because it keeps me aligned. But the summer was a very humid summer, and I'm prone towards my things going out of alignment. That's how I wound up with the bad arthritic condition that I had. So that was explained to me by my doctor that it's inevitable that so that's why I try to maintain it with the chiropractic. But it got the humidity caused me to go put it simply out of whack. Yeah. And that's when
muscles just dry. You get like dehydrated.
Right.
You don't
realize it.
And dehydration is not just water. You gotta, it's like the electrolytes too, you kind of dry up and then your muscles start to go into spasm.
Yeah.
And it's real hard to get them to open up.
I mean, but
well, we feel very blessed to know you
these healers,
and to have all these friends, Beyond Zen, and we had Cafe of Life, and we hope to have Dr. Leo on.
Yeah, and I like you've made it very accessible.
Acupuncture,
it's accessible. He explains it to you.
So he's in Long Beach, right across from the train station. You can take the
Stop and Shop.
The Stop and Shop, but it's pretty much as a
it's like right there.
You can throw a stone across.
Yeah.
And, you can go there and check out Joe's practice and, of course, make an appointment with him.
And he plays groovy music, too.
Yeah.
When you're on there getting the needles, he puts on some nice
And I want to mention Joe's had a very kind of successful skateboarding career earlier on. And I don't have any pictures of it right now. Sorry. I've just been really busy. But tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I had 10 different ramps I built at my house from between like 19 to 23 or 24 years old. And the last one was almost 12 feet high. I was what you call a vert skateboarder. And I skated in a lot of competitions and demonstrations. And I pretty much did it like, I would say like amateur sort of pro. I got paid for quite a, over the years, about 14 years, I did it all over the East Coast. I did it in Los Angeles. I was in movies. I was in all kinds of like music videos. I was in a vampire movie once. It was really fun. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for tuning in.
That
was awesome.
And thanks, Joe. Thanks for coming out.
We're
thanks,
done.
Johnny.
That's
thanks,
it. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
All right.
Cornbread.
Original
Cornbread.
song.
And we'll see you next time.
The Only is going to play out now.
The Only. That's it.
Cornbread hits the soul.
Hits the soul.